Hello and welcome to this quick video all about the modes tab. Now this could be the modes tab in Betaflight, Raceflight, INAV flight, whichever one of those family of products you are playing with. And the reason I'm making this video is that because occasionally people get confused about this. It doesn't happen very often. About once a year I get somebody who gets in touch who is just completely lost with this whole thing. And I do cover it and I kind of go through it at a pretty quick pace in things like my INAV for Beginners series, but I thought I would spend a little bit more time in it so I have a resource, a video that I can point those people to when they get in touch and they're just completely lost and they just really don't know what's going on. What am I talking about specifically? Well, it's this thing here. This is the tab that has all of the modes in. Let me get rid of everything. We'll set it up from scratch. Once I've got rid of everything, I am going to have to click save so that we have that. So we now have nothing set up at all. But this is where you configure how the plane is, or quad, or whatever it is that you're making is going to work. It looks quite complicated, but I promise you it's not. Jump into the receiver tab. The way that you'd normally set up a radio these days for any kind of model is you have your main four controls. This is a Mode 2 radio, so we have throttle, we have rudder, we have aileron, and we have elevator. Of course, when all the sticks are in the top right hand corner, they all go to their maximum position in things like INAV flight and Betaflight. In addition, I've set up a number of auxiliary switches. I have one switch on channel 5 that I've set up for arming. I've got another switch that I've set up as a 3-position switch for modes. I have a momentary switch set up for, I don't know, a buzzer, something like that we can set up. We can also, very briefly, just set up another one just for the sake of argument. And again, this is an older Taranis QX7, but it's kind of the same thing. If I just, let's set up another one here as that's a supplementary control. There we go. So now that one is going to move channel 8 on the screen. Okay, so far so good. So in terms of the modes, what are the modes all about? Well, I have another video that I've done which kind of explains how all the modes work. I'll put a link down below if that's the bit you're struggling with. But the basics are that you need a switch that's going to arm the model. It needs to, in things like INAV land, the GPS needs a lock and other things as well. So that's going to be the first one we'll set up. Here, the first thing we can look at is we can add a range. So if we click on add a range, it's going to ask us which channel that we want to add it on, channel 5. And you see this little blue indicator here underneath the range of values here. Watch what happens to this little blue indicator as I move the switch. Move it to the middle, it shoots up to 1500. Flick it again, it goes to the maximum value of about 2011-ish, something like that. So you can see it's moving along. The other thing you'll notice is that when I move it, and this little indicator here of what the channel value is on channel 5 that we have selected is within the bounds of this blue section that we can move at the top, then this is active. Okay, so in the low position, when the little blue indicator is outside of this blue area, arming isn't active. When it's in the middle position where it's within this blue area, it's active. When it's in the top position where it's outside the blue area, it's not selected. Make sense? So low position is going to be the safe typically for most radios because that's the default position when the radio powers on. The way I would set this up is I would just drag the blue bar so that in the low position it's disarmed, but in any of the other two positions, that little blue indicator is going to be under the blue bar and the motor is going to be running and the model's going to be armed, it's going to be ready to fly. That's the way that I would do channel 5. In terms of the mode channel, well, modes are something that everyone has their own particular way of setting it up. How I set it up on my planes, I usually use horizon as the default flight mode for something like a plane. Now here it's defaulted to channel 5 again. Well, we're not using channel 5 for that. We're actually using this other switch. We can either select the channel that we want to use to select this mode. So let's select channel 6. So So that's going to be now on my mode channel, which is over here. Because I only want this mode to be selected when it's in the low position, I'm going to move the blue brackets so it is over the top of that blue position. So in the low position, we're in horizon, and then in the other two positions of that switch, we don't have anything. Okay. In the middle position, I might select something like manual. Again, I'll check to channel 6. I just like these. There we go. So now let's just click save so we keep track of all this. Now I've clicked save, you can see that horizon is active in the low switch position. In the medium switch position, it's gone to manual. In the top position, none of these are actually selected. That's because at the bottom, you'll see here it says acro. That's because if there's no flight mode selected, the model is by default going to be in acro. So the way it works here is that in the low switch position, we have channel 6 is going to select horizon, middle channel position is going to select manual, because you can see it's going blue, horizon, manual, and in the top position where I don't have any selected, it's going to be in acro. Now that top position, I could add something like, I don't know, wacky nav return to home maybe, so that's my adhere switch. Let's save that. If I just go up here and hide the unused modes so that we can get it all on the screen. There we go. So that's what we currently have. If I move the switch on the radio, you can see in the low position, we're in horizon, middle position in manual, top position, we're in nav return to home. Okay, makes sense. Now, the other things we can do as well, we can also set up things like the buzzer. So we'll kind of set that up. So if we just search all the way down here, eventually we will find it. So let's add a range to the beeper. The beeper is this one over here. We're not sure, if you're not sure which one it is, we can just go into the receiver tab. We can flick the switch that we're looking for. You can see it's channel 7 that's moving. So that's fine. What we'll do then is we'll go into modes, go back to beeper, say add range, channel 7. We only want it in its high value. So we'll set the blue bar to be where that goes. We'll click save. So now when I flick that switch on the radio, see the little blue indicator that indicates the channel value will flick up and the beeper will sound. Make sense? So what's the point of having these sliding bits and pieces then if we're only ever going to be selecting one position of the switch? Because if I look on here, this, like, you know, why don't we say low, medium, high or something? Why do we have to do this? Well, I've kind of hinted at it with the arming switch. You can see, for example, in the low position, it's not armed, but in the middle or high position, it is. We can also do funky things and combine stuff together. So say, for example, I don't want manual mode. We can delete that, but I want these two positions of the switch, of the mode switch, to be horizon. But maybe I want horizon with altitude hold. So let's find altitude hold. We'll have to turn on all the modes again. So let's turn on altitude hold. We'll set it for channel 6, which is the mode channel, and we'll click on save again. Now, watch what happens. So there's all of our modes. If I flick the mode switch, initially in the low position, the only thing that's selected is horizon. In the middle position though, look, I get horizon and I get nav alt hold as well. So I've got those two things. In the top position, nav alt hold goes off and nav return to home is turned on. So you can combine different modes together because, as I cover in the video that I've linked to below in the flight modes, you have what are called flight modes, angle, horizon and manual. You have navigation modes. Then you have what are called flight mode modifiers, special things for fixed wings and OSD. And then you've got miscellaneous modes in here as well. And you can combine these all together to work in the way that you want. But hopefully that helps those of you that are a little bit confused about how this works. Again, it doesn't matter the fact that I'm using a QX7 here. It could be a modern Express LRS radio, whatever it is. I would recommend setting it up so that you have a channel 5 arming switch, channel 6 as your modes, and then use channels 7, 8, 9, whatever for the auxiliary functions, setting up your beeper, your flip after crash, your nav return to home, whatever it is, put those on those particular channels. Everyone has their own particular way of how they like to set up the mode screen. This is similar to the way that I tend to do it on all my models. Once you have a setup that you like on both the radio and inside Betaflight or INAV, you just tend to copy that into new models, and it makes it a far easier proposition. But hopefully, if you're new to all this and you weren't sure how it all worked, now you do. Now you know that the little blue thing is actually the value of the channel that you're flicking the switch on, and when that value appears underneath the blue bars, the size and position of which you can change using these sliders, that is going to enable that particular mode. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Pedantry 360 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.